Hey everybody, welcome to Love Stuff episode 4, coming straight to you from the Florida Keys.
This week we are talking about love and how love doesn't envy and it doesn't boast.
That's right. So
we probably shouldn't do this right here, right now. Is this boasting?
okay.
This
Never
might be
mind.
boasting. Bye.
So let's talk about how love doesn't envy and doesn't boast.
That's a good thing to talk about as we sit here in Justin's Taj Mahal-sized office.
It's a room and a half because a part was taken out to make a hallway, and then a strange section of room was left, and so the wall, it's like a
So
room
by
and a
happy
third.
accident, Justin has ended up with a palatial office.
It's large, and I'm grateful for that.
It's not all black, by the way. The rest of the room's white,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful. And I'm envying. Put it this way, I am being tempted to envy. But I'm choosing not to envy. But it's hard because where is my office, babe?
You office out of our home.
Where is my office in our home?
It's in a walk-through closet.
Yeah.
It's not a walk-in closet.
It's not a walk-in closet. My office is a closet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Envy is when you have something that I want and I'm not happy that you have it and I don't.
And I feel kind of icky inside about it. So envy is looking at other people's stuff and then stirring up a discontent in yourself.
Does it have to be other people's stuff?
No, I guess it doesn't have to be other people's stuff. It could be other people's gifting.
Other people's spouses?
Yeah.
Other people's kids?
Yeah.
Other people's opportunities? People's office?
So what does envy look like in marriage?
Yeah, so envy in marriage looks like the kids like her right now and don't seem to like me as much as they like her. Every time they call out for help, they call out for her.
The other day, I was being fun with my daughter. Justin was out of town. I was tickling her or something. And she said, "Mom, stop." And I said, "Why?" And she goes, "You're not the fun one. You're the serious one." Tempted to envy in that moment.
Okay. In a marriage, you can be tempted to envy when she likes her job, and when you go to work, let's say, something inside you feels like it's dying.
You can be tempted to envy when you so desperately want friends, and here you live with this person who just makes friends like it's no big deal, and then you're an awkward introvert over here and like, "Hey, y'all, let me show you my cat." Anytime when you compare your reality to someone else's reality, you're going to find things about theirs that you like better.
Right. Envy says, you have what I want, and I'm not okay with that.
Envy is one of those things that you may think, why would I envy my spouse? Like you can imagine envying some person you work with, or maybe some random on Facebook who's always posting really amazing vacations. Why would I envy my spouse? Well, I found that for me, envy is really a high-level temptation because of the proximity I have with my spouse. Because every day I have to watch Justin's life right up close to mine. And that level of proximity is actually what's led me into a bit of envy. When our kids were born, I had always, I love work. I love going away from the house and spending hours at a computer. I like to hustle. I like to get things done. And when we had babies, we both kind of agreed that we wanted me to stay home with the babies. And it wasn't that we thought I'd be amazing at it. It was just that, hey, his job made more money. And so we needed you to be the one who kept working because I couldn't support us if Justin stayed home. It's a decision we both made and we were both on board. And then the babies came and I experienced that. And I was terrible at it.
No.
I felt terrible at it. Can I say that?
Yes.
And I didn't like doing it. I loved our babies. I did not like staying at home. Meanwhile, we would wake up in the morning and there's babies everywhere and the house is a wreck.
There's babies. How many babies were there?
We had 2 babies in 2 years. They're 15 months apart.
There were babies.
Well, there's like a baby on my
everywhere.
body.
Yeah.
There's another one like holding onto my leg. They're
I
both
understand.
crying and he just walks
like-
out the door. Like you get to do that. You had to do that. You had to go to work.
I had to do it.
But you just left them there with me.
I did. All the babies.
And you would just get in a car and like turn on music or sit in the quiet and like drive to work and then get out and go into an office and close the door and just you and a computer just sit there.
It just worked. Yes, and this is exactly what you wanted to be doing.
It's exactly what I want to do.
And we're not doing every single day.
No, instead I was like cleaning up Cheerios every 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and changing cloth diapers. I wanted your life.
There are people who have lives that, or certain aspects of their life that you might be tempted to envy. But you don't have to think about it because you're not around them. Every once in a while you might come across a post, or you might see something on TV, or you might read something in a magazine, or hear something talking to a friend, but it's at least not this constant barrage. Here is a reality that you would like to have and don't. That potentially is what can happen in a marriage.
Yeah. When I'm like, hey, what'd you have for lunch? And he's like, oh, I went to Los Portales with some friends. And I'm like, oh, I picked Cheerios off my shoe and ate them.
Why were you eating the Cheerios?
I don't know. It's like mindless. You just put it in your mouth.
You will see the good things in their life that you don't have but want. I think one of the things that contributes to an envious mindset, sort of me feeling in a vague but very real way, something good happening to you that's not happening to me is something bad happening to me.
Right.
Something good happens to you and I feel like something bad has happened to me. That's why when you post pictures of your cool vacation, I say on Facebook, I'm so jealous. That's not a healthy response.
The real heart of this problem is that envy looks at someone else's blessing and thinks about itself.
Right.
Like that's the thing, it's so selfish. It's like something good happened to you, what about me? It's just that immediate, what about me? And so with this envy I was feeling when you would go to work, it's because I just wasn't thinking about you.
Right.
I was thinking about me. And I was thinking, I don't get to do that. And this blessing you've been given reveals a deficit in my life. But that's selfish. To immediately turn every situation away from thinking about you and about how happy I am for you and how good this is for you, to turn it and to say your life is about me.
We all walk through life with a tendency to believe that we're the main character, that everything is about us, and we see, I see your reality in relation to me. Your blessings are about me. And if I have your blessings, then I can forget about me and be excited for you. I really want kids, and you've got kids, and you love your kids. I can't think about you and how great that is for you. I have to think about me and how this blessing of yours reveals an absence in my life, and that becomes the focus of my emotion.
One thing I have learned as I try to deal with the temptation to be envious is to remember that when Justin is doing something that I want to be doing, and when Justin is experiencing some blessing that I want to be experiencing, to think to myself, this is not about me. I'm so happy for him. When I can immediately look at something good that's happening to the person I love and think, wow, I'm so glad. I'm so happy. This is so great for them. Then I stop thinking about my own lack. And I really am able to concentrate my attention and my thanksgiving on their extra, their blessing.
I think those two things together, like saying, when you're confronted with something that has the potential to make you envious, whether it's with your spouse or anybody else, like saying, this is not about me. Like reminding yourself, this is not about me. I'm so happy for them.
Yeah.
This is not about me. I'm so happy for you. That's good training internally. And eventually it gets easier than it was at the beginning, right?
Yes. And we'd planned in this video to tell you that his happiness is your happiness. That don't be jealous when he's happy, when good things are happening to him, because you're one flesh, you're married. And his good is your good. But at the same time, I don't want to tell you to think about your own happiness first, right? To be like, well, it's okay if he's happy because that makes me happy. Like, it's okay if good things are happening to my spouse because really that means good things are happening to me. Who cares if good things are happening to you?
I've got to allow your blessings not to be about me.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a bonus in marriage that yes, you are one flesh and something good happening to her is something good happening to you. But that can't be the focus. Like that can't be the filter you run everything through. Okay, you were blessed. Can I figure out a way that actually blesses me? Got to allow it not to be about me and just be happy for you.
Yes.
I love this statement that envy is the dumbest of all the deadly sins. Because it's no fun.
That's true.
At least some of the other sins are fun. You're just miserable when you're envying.
So, when Paul says in 1 Corinthians 13 that love does not envy, he follows it right up with one that seems sort of related. And he says love does not boast. So, what in the world is he talking about?
Love doesn't boast. Well, I think we know what boasting is. We don't say boast as much as we say brag.
I do talk about being captain of the patrols in 5th grade a little
Yeah,
too.
I wondered about that this morning. She was talking about being captain of the patrols, captain of the patrols. Bragger, bragger, bragger. Bragging is a problem because it is the overflow of a heart consumed with self. I'm thinking about how great I am. I'd like for you to be thinking about it too. I think another couple of possibilities in bragging are, hey, I'm thinking about how great I am, and I'm not thinking about you at all. Or, I'm a little insecure about how great I'm not, and I need to talk about some good stuff about me in order to maybe get you thinking about how great I am, and if you believe it, maybe I'll believe it too. Obviously, bragging is opposed to love. One thing I think that will help with both of these temptations, in marriage and otherwise, is a constant, intentional practice of gratitude. So the more I'm consistently thanking God for the good things in my life, number one, I will be more content and therefore less likely to envy when something good happens to someone else. And number two, I will be more aware of the fact that everything good in my life comes from God and not from me, and I will be less likely to boast or brag.
Your homework this week is to start practicing, I'm so happy for you.
I'm so happy for you.
So we talked about that with envy, right? That this is a great way to combat envy is to stop looking for how this affects you and to start thinking about other people. And so when a good thing happens to them, think about them.
And are we allowed to say it if we're struggling to mean it?
Yes. You fake it until you make it.
No,
You're trying.
I think
You're
you
trying
really,
to be the person you want to be.
There is a part of you that is happy for them, right? We're just focusing on that part of us.
Yeah.
Just
Say
say
I'm
it
so
like
happy for you.
10 times.
10's good. If you say it 10 times this week, awesome.
Yep.
Last video, we promised you that if you did your homework, you would have a chance to win a prize.
A prize.
The prize.
The prize is...
Spectacular.
Okay, let's just not...
It's $15 to Starbucks. That's a date.
Yeah,
you can each get a coffee, and maybe a
Starbucks.
little, drop the kids off, grab a quick little date before you go to work maybe.
Perhaps a scone.
I recommend the cranberry orange.
Here is how you get it. You are to, the homework last time was to actually make a list of things that your spouse has done that are kind.
If you did the list and your spouse did the list, take a picture of your two lists together.
Place your wedding bands over those parts that you want to censor. Post that photo to Instagram, hashtag it, Love Stuff Homework, and then subscribe to the YouTube channel that you can find by, what do you say when you Google something on YouTube? YouTube it? Are we done?
I think so. I hope so.
Cheers. Hey, thanks for watching this episode.
Yeah.
Love Stuff is actually a series where we're tracking all the way through 1 Corinthians 13 and figuring out better what love is and how love acts. If you want to subscribe, do that. We would love for you to subscribe. If you haven't checked out the prior 3 episodes, do that. We'd love to have you along for this journey. Are we picking the person, like the first person who does this? What if like more people do it?
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
How many of these are we gonna send out?
That was a mess. We're never shooting in Justin's palatial office again.
I'm saying palatial. Nobody even knows what that means.
It means like a palace.
I know what it means.
Then other people know what it means.
I just don't want you to say it.